Hello everyone, welcome to AI Movies Review, and I'm here to review Blood Season 2, and this British comedy sitcom focusing on a group of paramedics. And you have this series, I love this. Like this second season, I loved this. And it makes me so mad that this show got cancelled, especially how it ends, but we'll get there in a little bit. This show focuses on basically like four pairs of paramedics, all going through their own shenanigans, and right at the center we have Wendy, played by Jane Horrocks, and Malik played by Samson Kayo, and Wendy's recently divorced, Malik's processing through a lot of things himself, he's been going out partying and drinking and showing up to work like hungover and stuff like that. And there's a lot of tension in this season at looking at this center duo. There's a spotlight that gets put on them because of concerns of not doing their jobs right. There's increasing tensions between Wendy and Malik, and I love their chemistry together because they're such an odd couple, and seeing how there's a real tension that grows in this particular season. There's a really impactful episode that really shakes the foundation for a New Year's episode in this season, which that was a lot of fun, that episode in general, and I love their dynamic. I think Lucy Punch is probably my favorite performance in this show. He's so aggressive, and Jo goes on an interesting journey because she does not know how to process the fact that she has these feelings. And she's also might have other opportunities that she could go in that fits more of her competitive nature. She also has this conflict with George Catherine Kelly's character, who is the psychiatrist, the therapist in the office, and they have a really tough dynamic and leading to some pretty big conflict throughout this season, but Julian Barrett's just such a sweet level presence in this show that I just absolutely adore, and I just love the way that Barrett plays him, and they're one of those characters. They're one of the top pairs in television for me. And I'm like, I want them together. You also have the two other secondary tier kind of dynamics. You have Adrian Scarborough's Gary and Isaiah Shaw's Karishma, and they go on a very interesting dynamic because they're very different. You have this middle-aged man, this young, I believe she's either Indian or Pakistani. And she has all these dynamics because they actively deal with racism. They even have an arc where one of the potential patients refuses to let her even touch him, and Gary's going all through his own white guilt kind of phase, and seeing the two of them try to meet in the middle and find a place where they have an understanding together is pretty impactful in their journey together, and they're so very different. Gary's so prim and proper British, and Karishma is so radical, and flooring it in the ambulance and all these kinds of things, and they have a really deep connection with Tasha, this young girl who's dying. She's probably not going to live, and what that does, especially for Karishma, adds so many layers to her story. And then you have the fun duo, the Darryls, and Sam Campbell's Daryl might get deported. The two of them live together, they work together, they have the same name, and they even discuss potentially getting married to keep Daryl here. And like Kevin Gary, who plays other Daryl, the two of them have such a great dynamic, but this season has so many really funny moments and setups and weird occurrences. And then the character dynamics are so great. And this has a big emotional just gut punch to wrap up the season, and I felt so invested in the show, and it's a shame that this has been cancelled, but the two seasons have like a combined 17 episodes, and it's so worth it. This second season has 10, they're like 20-minute episodes, 21-minute episodes. I know it doesn't have like a conclusion, but watch this show, it's on Hulu, it's so worth your time. But those are my thoughts on Season 2 of Bloods. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV, but thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.